Good evening. I'd like to make a motion of June 18th. Seventh flag. Mr. Mason, can you please read the open public meetings office statement?
The New Jersey Open Publics Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of the public bodies at which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Ritchfield Park Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, place thereof posted in the Bergen Record, Star Ledger, Municipal Building, Board of Education offices, and district website. Part 2 is public participation instructions. Public participation will be conducted both in person and virtually through Zoom. All public will be muted throughout the meeting. Public participation comments are limited to 5 minutes. The public will be able to speak and be seen by the board while participating virtually or telephonically via Zoom. Individuals participating virtually that wish to make comments during the public participation will need to raise their hand by clicking the blue hand icon at the bottom of the Zoom window. Individuals participating by telephone that wish to make comments during the public participation will need to hit *9 on their telephone to raise their hand. The business administrator, board secretary will then unmute individuals one at a time to speak in the order their hand was raised.
Thank you, Mr. Bison. Can I please have a roll call?
Mr. Cooney.
Yes.
Ms. Kraft.
Here.
Mr. Feitros.
Here.
Ms. McNeil.
Here.
Mr. Malou.
Here.
Ms. Rodriguez.
Here.
Ms. Schmidt. Ms. Velez.
Here.
Ms. Orth.
Here.
President Martinez.
Here. We have a quorum. We have no minutes to approve and no formal communications from the board. We'll be breaking protocol today by beginning with the state monitor's report. Mr. Egan is joined by the New Jersey Assistant Commissioner of Education, David Corso, and the Bergen County Executive Superintendent, Mr. Fletcher. I will now yield the microphone to Mr. Egan. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I'm still learning. I'm turning everything. I have no report per se. With what the board wants to hear, what the public wants to hear, I'm turning it over to the Assistant Commissioner, Dave Corso.
Thank you, Tom. Esteemed board members, superintendent, assistant superintendent, business administrator. I'm here tonight representing Commissioner Kevin Damer. I'm going to read a letter that the commissioner has signed, and then I'm going to turn the letter over to the superintendent. So pursuant to NJSA 18A:7A-55A, the Commissioner of Education appointed a state monitor in the Ridgefield Park School District. The core responsibility of the state monitor is to oversee the fiscal recovery of the district following the identification of serious fiscal accountability concerns. To accomplish this goal, the statute delegates broad powers and authorities to a state monitor to oversee aspects of the district's governance, finance, and operations. Consistent with the provisions of NJSA 18A:7A-55E, I have reviewed the exit plan developed by the state monitor, which indicates that the district, in collaboration with the monitor, has demonstrated a sustained sufficient fiscal stability over the past few years and remediated the circumstances warranting the initial appointment of the state monitor. The district does not have a current balance of state aid advance. As a result, I am removing the district from state monitor status effective July 1, 2025. Although the Although the district has made sufficient progress to warrant removal of the monitor, a high-quality education will depend on maintenance of best practices in the business office by a qualified school business administrator and continued progress in governance and educational programs. The county office, County Superintendent Patrick Fletcher is here with me tonight. The county office is available to assist the district with the transition period and towards meeting the district's obligation under the Quality Single Accountability Continuum, QSAC. Should you have any further questions, please contact me. My phone number is here. I'm the Assistant Commissioner of the Division of Finance and Business Services. Sincerely, Kevin Damer, Commissioner of Education. So just a few words. I want to personally, even though I've been with the department only a year, my background is I was a BA for 5 years and at the department for almost 21 years. I know Tom Egan. I know him well. I want to congratulate him. More importantly, I want to congratulate the board and the superintendent, the business administrator. I was a little nosy before I came to the meeting and happened to look at the agenda. I think it's $6 million in capital reserve, 400 or so thousand in maintenance reserve. Well done. That's all I can say. You know, it's not too often that the department comes to bear good news. And so tonight, I'm happy to bear the good news from the commissioner and just one more well done. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'd like to I'm a little nervous because I'm happy. I'd like to open it up to the board members for them to share some of their reflections on the process and where we are now.
Thank you. I just wanted to first thank the state because we were in a very bad place a number of years ago. Appreciate the state coming in, Mr. Demikoff, and then Mr. Egan helping in the district to right the ship. I'm very proud to be working alongside the other board members that are up here with me tonight. This is my 4th year on the board. It is very different now than it was on my first year on the board. And I will say one of our biggest accomplishments was hiring our current superintendent. And we look forward to continuing on the path of improving this district and having it reflect in our student achievement, which is why we're all here. So thank you.
Trustee Kraft?
This is such a proud moment for this board, for this district, and for our community. As stakeholders, everyone sitting out in the audience, it's a moment to celebrate this great place that we are in as a district. I want to thank Dr. Vespignani for his leadership, his team for their hard work, all of the staff, the administrators, the teachers for the collective efforts, our business administrator, and this board. This is my 2nd term on the board, very different from my 1st term. But the thing that we have different is that we're all unified and that we make decisions based on what's best for kids. And we'll continue to do that. So thank you for your support. And it's time to celebrate.
Trustee Orth?
I just want to say that I think that this achievement reflects a lot of hard work over the past decade by this board, by previous boards, by this administration and previous administration, and really all the staff and the community who continue to hold us accountable. It's nice to see friendly faces in the audience for a change. I, also want to acknowledge the guidance that we received from both our state monitors throughout this process. We have all collectively learned an awful lot about governance. often as the result of their hard work. Tonight isn't just about fiscal independence for me. It's about renewed trust, transparency, and a shared commitment to doing what's right, what's in the best interest of this for the students of this town. We're really proud of how far we've come and very excited for the path ahead.
Thank you. I can't see you. Berlinda, Carol, John?
No.
Okay, no? Trustee Kuno, okay. Mr. Vitros?
No, I'm good.
Okay, well, I'm good. I have a couple of words to say. Tonight opens a new chapter in the history of Richfield Park of the school system. Tonight's a really, really big deal. After 10 long years under state monitorship, the Richfield Park School District stands on its own once again, I believe stronger, wiser, and more united than ever. This moment is the result of a collective commitment, perseverance, and the belief that the entire community benefits when our schools are great. To the state monitor, to the state and to our state monitors, Mr. Demikoff and Mr. Egan, I'll echo what some of the board members said. I thank you. Each of you arrived during critical moments in this district's journey, and each of you was exactly the right leader at the right time. You provided not just oversight, but you pushed us, and you also yielded to us when it was appropriate. I'd like to express my deep gratitude to many past Board of Education trustees who volunteered their time. Many people don't know that we're volunteers. I actually got asked that the other day. During contentious times, sometimes at personal loss, but always with the hope and belief that they were doing the right thing. I have personally been inspired by some, and I've bumped heads with many, but undoubtedly, their service laid the groundwork for what we now celebrate. To the many parents and citizens, too many to name here, but you know who you are. Those of you who came to the podium or emailed us once, or those who relentlessly came here month after month and year after year, often frustrated but refusing to be silent. To those of you who got wise, did your research, and voted in increasing numbers, thank you. You were the conscience of this district. You were the conscience of this district, advocating for your children and tax dollars and those of others. Your demands were a call to action. You reminded everyone in these seats back here that our schools belong to the people, and more specifically to our children. To the teachers and staff members who did not leave, who kept teaching, nurturing, and inspiring our students, even when things at the top were chaotic, a heartfelt thank you. You are the lifeblood of this district, and you kept the mission of this district alive. It feels good to be able to provide you with the tools and the support you need to do your sacred jobs without interference or distraction. To our current administration, Dr. Vespignani, Ms. Triglia, Mr. Beisig, Mr. Egu, our principals, our vice principals, our directors and supervisors, what we've seen for the last 2 years is nothing short of inspiring and transformational. From academics to operations to financial stability and morale, this district has experienced unprecedented growth because of your leadership, your clarity, and your unwavering focus on children. And finally, to the current Board of Education, to this iteration of the Board of Education, I've been honored to serve alongside each of you. You have all exemplified volunteerism, selflessness, and public service. We have become a formidable team for good, one that listens to the public and responds thoughtfully, that challenges one another respectfully, and that never loses sight of why we are here. I can attest that every single decision this board has made and every vote that each trustee has taken has been their answer to one question: what is best for the children of Richfield Park? When our children win, we all win. So we really need to be ready to pay attention to what happens next, because the best is yet to come. Thank you all for being here, and thank you all for your work to get us to this point. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us tonight. Feel free to visit. That concludes the state monitor's report. We will now move on to the superintendent's report.
Thank you, President Martinez, and good evening to our community tuning in at home and also joining us this evening. I wanted to thank our administrative team who have joined us tonight to support this really incredible occasion and for all their hard work and efforts in leading their respective staffs. I'd like to welcome our student reps for their report. Welcome Lourdes and Kristen, please.
Good evening. My name is Lourdes Nova, the senior class vice president.
And I'm Kristen Coffey, the senior class secretary. This is our last report before we graduate tomorrow. This has been a very eventful school year, and we have been very happy to share just a glimpse of what it's like here at Ridgefield Park Junior Senior High School. For many of us, we have been in the school district since kindergarten, and it's been a wonderful experience. Our time here will not be forgotten, as we will travel to different parts of the country for college in a few short months. To wrap up this school year, here are some of the great trips students attended. Mrs. Grandot's Investing for Tomorrow students visited the Wall Street area and toured many financial sites like the New York Stock Exchange, the Charging Bull, the Fearless Girl, the Federal Hall, and Stone Street. The trip was a great opportunity for students to see these historical and important sites that were talked about many times in class. Mrs. Peterson's forensic class visited the Bergen County Crime Lab and the Bergen County Jail to experience firsthand some of the real-life forensics. The 8th graders went on a trip to the American Dream Mall where they had time at a Nickelodeon Universe Hasbro game room, and they ended their day with Mr. Sophie here at the high school. Finally, the Royal Scarlets Chorus competed at Dorney Park over the Memorial Day weekend break. Some students attended Lincoln Tech for a trip to understand the shared time programs that are offered to high school students. The shared time programs consist of automotive, electrical, welding, and robotics. This is a wonderful opportunity for qualified students to begin a career in trade. The education they receive during their 2 years in this program counts towards Lincoln Tech's college program. In essence, it cuts their college in half if they were to continue in Lincoln Tech after high school. There were several trips to the elementary schools. First, students from Child Development class visited Roosevelt School to interact firsthand with primary age students. This interaction provided an opportunity for the high school students to witness many of the ideas and concepts discussed in class that play out in real time. Additionally, multilingual learners in ESL 2, 3, and 4 wrote children's books throughout the 4th marking period. Emos worked diligently on these projects and enthusiastically shared with younger students in the elementary schools. Finally, members of the Art Honor Society visited Grant School and Roosevelt Elementary Schools and created community banners with the elementary students. The community banners consist of a collaboration between students. They select a work and create various drawings on the banners representing the selected world. The AHS members enjoyed some recess playtime with the elementary students as well. They engaged in jump rope, patty cake, and they even threw some of the AHS members in an imaginary prison. A great time was had by all.
Mr. Savino's 7th grade honors civics class once again took part in Project Citizen. This year's winning Project Citizen topic was Reduce the Stress, Get Some Stress, Later School Start Time Initiative. Students previously presented at a Board of Education meeting, then during the school day to a local assemblywoman, then finally at Rutgers earlier this month. Despite the cold, rainy weather, this year's junior-senior prom was a huge success. 250 junior and senior Scarlets danced the night away to DJ Nick Coletto as Seasons in Washington Township. Everyone had a wonderful time. Also, last evening, seniors enjoyed the senior parent dinner at the terrace at Biago's. This was a fun night with dinner, music, and a hypnotist. Now turning to sports. The spring season came to an end. The boys and girls track season team had a very successful season. They competed in several major invitational and put together outstanding performances at the division, county group, and state section championships. 12 athletes earned all division honors. 13 county group medals were earned, and our girls 800-meter broke the school record at the state sectional championships. The boys tennis team congratulates Pablo Quiroga for being named first team All-League. Noel Yu earned second team All-League, and Evan Fernara was named honorable mention All-League. The Scarlet softball team ended the season at an impressive 19-6. The Scarlets played in the semifinals of the county tournament and the quarterfinals of the state tournament. Gabriela Rivera was named first team All League and Ivana Caperso second team All County. Every starter on the team was named to All League honors. This year's baseball team helped continue the streak of winning seasons over the past 4 months. Even though they fell just one game short of a fourth league title in a row, they were able to have a successful year, which included a 13-win season, a record above 500 and a county tournament selection, as well as qualifying as the 11th seed in one of the most competitive state tournament sections in the state. Finishing the season with a lineup consisting of all underclassmen gives the coaching staff a lot to look forward in the future. That is all, and thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your report. Very well. As noted on the agenda, I respectfully submit the HIB report that was presented to the board in an executive session. In addition, twice per year, schools have requirements to report information to the state through the Student Safety Data System. As examples, the report shall include the number of seclusion and restraints, reports of HIB, the nature of HIB, training conducted, or programs implemented to reduce HIB. This must also be documented on a board agenda. This data is from the 24-25 school year for the reporting period of September 1st through December 31st. Please let the minutes reflect the district has reported the information in the state system and has been documented on this board agenda. I wanted to just note a few highlights from this agenda. I'm pleased to be recommending to the board the conclusion of a year-long revision process to our mission statement. I wanted to thank all the members of our committee, which included some of our student reps, staff members, administrators, parents. It was very much a collaborative, slow process where we wanted to make sure that we arrived at a mission statement that captured the current status and our future ambitions of the district. Thank you to our community members for participating in various surveys. And you'll see the finished product noted on this agenda. And we're really excited to include this as part of our rebranding initiative. And we're very proud of the process and the final mission statement being recommended to the board. I'm also pleased to mention and recognize two recommendations that I have on this agenda. You may recall, due to a retirement and a resignation to move to an elevated position, I've condensed two positions that report directly to me, creating a new human resources office manager. Ms. Strigley and I led a very thorough, objective process, including a panel round, well, I should say screening round, panel round, and a performance task. And I'm very pleased to be recommending this candidate to the board effective for July 1st. We're also recommending a financial analyst, again, a very thorough, objective process following the same outline that I just shared. And again, pleased to be recommending a financial analyst, which was recommended through our audit as well as through our state monitor, Mr. Egan. I'm confident both of these new team members will have an immediate impact come July 1st. So I ask that the district join me in welcoming them pending board approval this evening. I also wanted to note that our junior senior high school principal, Ms. Caven, sent out a message to the high school community earlier this afternoon in terms of a change in graduation time. I hope that that does not cause too much inconvenience to our families and friends who are looking forward to a 6 o'clock start. Out of abundance of caution in terms of the weather report, which we've been closely monitoring, seemingly there's expected high percentage of thunderstorms, including lightning, at around 6 o'clock. So we made a decision to inform with as much advance notice as we could to move that start time to 2 p.m. tomorrow. We did weigh options in terms of moving the graduation indoors. However, by doing so, we would have to limit the amount of attendees. In other words, students would only be able to have approximately 2 family members or friends join. Whereas if we move it to an earlier start time at 2 p.m., we can continue with having unlimited family and friends that the pit and the stadium would allow us to have. So we're hopeful that the weather will be cooperative for a 2 p.m. launch, and we're greatly looking forward to sending off the class of 2025 tomorrow in a wonderful ceremony. In addition, I wanted to provide an update on our pre-K program. Placement letters have been sent out this week. We're pleased that we did not need to have a lottery for our students. We do have a wait list growing for our pre-K 3 students. So even with the expansion of an additional 2 classrooms, you may recall currently the district has 10. Next year, we are expanding to 12. It's a good problem to have. That awareness is growing in our community, and we're hopeful to continue to expand what we refer to as the universe in pre-K world and be able to provide tuition-free pre-K for all of our community over the course of the next few years. We had disseminated a community survey recently regarding our 7th and 8th grade current configuration in terms of having a junior, senior high school. Thank you to all of the respondents. We had a great participation rate. We had close to 600 individuals participate. As you may know, that was sent to all of our community, including our students, families, staff members, administrators, Board of Education members, and also residents who may not have children in the school system. The response to that was overwhelmingly in agreement that 7th and 8th grade should be separated out from the high school. Approximately 84% of the respondents were in the affirmative, either agree or strongly agree, with approximately another 7% neutral. So to spin that another way, about 8% disagreed or strongly disagreed. So based upon the overwhelming affirmative response, I wanted to just confirm what the next steps would be. And to be clear, this will be a slow, transparent, collaborative process, similar to what we experienced with the mission statement revision process, where the board will be kept informed, as will be our community members. So to be clear, this is not for this upcoming school year for 25-26. There is, for many reasons, not enough time to move in that direction. Again, we will keep the board and community updated on progress as we go through this. But the first step, I can tell you that this upcoming week, Mr. Bisick, Ms. Triglia, and Mr. Igu and I have a meeting with our architect of record, Karen Rubino, to share with them some of our expectations for this process and to tap into their expertise in terms of looking at a potential reconfiguration. And I'll be happy to report back out in terms of what that would look like. And they may very well develop a proposal for board approval in terms of next steps. I do ask for patience from the community as we go through this process. Again, we're not looking to move through this quickly. We want to go through it with fidelity to ultimately arrive at a very best decision for our students. I'm pleased to announce that we are launching our new website on July 1st, so stay tuned for that. It's a massive upgrade from the current status. Families should know that this also comes with an app, so be on the lookout for some communication first in my newsletter that's going to be released this Friday, the final edition of our digital newsletter for this year, but also some communication over the summer months to begin to download the app and utilize it for better communication between the district and home. So we're really excited on that. And I did want to just thank Mr. Rich Ciora, who has really spearheaded that project for us and has done an excellent job to ensure that it's a clean launch come July 1st. I also wanted to note for families that we will be sharing tomorrow for our youngest learners in elementary school our summer learning packets. So be on the lookout for that, for some summer fun with learning activities. And just going back to the agenda, I'm pleased to introduce our athletic director, Ms. Ramundi, for some spring athletics recognition, although from what I understand, there may be some conflicts with some summer leagues, but nonetheless, we wanted to recognize some fantastic performances from some of our teams and players. Thank you, Mr. Ramundi.
Thank you, Dr. Vespignani, and what a beautiful night to be a Scarlet. Really, congratulations to everybody here. Yeah, unfortunately, we have two of our softball players who received some very good accolades on a tremendous team that made a tremendous run, but they're competing on their summer league teams tonight. So I'd like to speak first on behalf of Ivana Capurso Jr. She's a junior, and Ivana had a fantastic season. She took the next step of being an outstanding catcher. Ivana called every pitch for Gabby this year. This is very rare for a softball player. I don't know if people that understand or have played softball, most of the time the coaches are making the call. But Ivana is so savvy and smart when it comes to being a softball player that she called the pitches all year for a team that made a tremendous run. So that's huge. She also threw out 50% of the base runners attempting to steal this year on 26 attempts. At the plate, she was the two-hitter who had 35 hits while batting .398. She had 16 extra base hits and 25 RBIs. She drove in the winning run against Beckton in the county tournament, and in the next round scored the winning run against Northern Highlands in the counties. In the semifinal against eventual state champion Ramsey, she had two major hits off an all-county Ramsey pitcher who kids don't hit this pitcher, and she did twice, and it was pretty impressive. So she turned herself into a big-time player who we look forward to returning as a senior next year. So congratulations to Ivana. Next is Gabriela Rivera, our senior. And, you know, if you guys know softball or Baylor statistics, please listen, because these are very, very impressive. Gabby was a generational player for the Scarlets. She came in after a 3-win season, and then the Scarlets, as a freshman, she came in, they went on to win 75 games in her 4 years. She made it to the state section final, the Final Four of the Bergen County tournament, and won 3 divisional titles. And that's the first time in over 40 years in Richfield Park that the softball team did that. She batted .489 for her career and over .500 in the last 3 years. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. That's like a hit every other time she's at bat. She had 16 home runs, 131 RBIs. On the mound as a pitcher, she ended with 711 strikeouts with an ERA of 2.68. Gabby's going to be tremendously missed, but we look forward to following her career. She got a full ride to St. Peter's in Jersey City to continue being a student and athlete there, and we look very forward to following her career. So congratulations to Gabriela Rivera. And that's it for me, wishing everyone a happy, healthy summer. Thank you.
As always, thank you, Mr. Lundy, for sharing some of these great moments, most recently in our spring athletics. All right, again, staying true to the agenda under the superintendent's report, we heard earlier from some of our student reps, but you may know that we have many student reps who join us to provide reports. We've really enjoyed those reports through the course of this year, and we wanted to recognize them formally on behalf of the board and the administration with a certificate. So I'd like to invite our junior high school principal, Ms. Cavins, to the podium to distribute the certificates on behalf of the board and the administration. Welcome, Ms. Cavins.
Thank you. Once again, congratulations to everyone and all of us for our official status not being in state monitorship. This is a huge deal, and I want to say thank you to all of you for all of the hard work that you've done behind the scenes, and to our district administration for everything that's happened over the past 2 years. It's just really been incredible, and I'm not often at a loss for words, those of you who know me, but you know, it's really something to look back over this school year, just 1 year, and see how much has happened, much less over 2 years. So thank you for everything. So tonight, on the heels of Mr. Ramundi's presentation, where he spoke about 2 of our fantastic softball players, I have the opportunity to recognize our student leaders. And as I looked around and I double-checked the certificates, I noticed that we have a whole lot of girl power in the room tonight. So I'd like to ask all of my student government and class officers to come on up and join me here. So these outstanding young women you've gotten to know over the school year, they speak very eloquently each month at our board meetings to report on the happenings of the high school. So that's what you see here. But I'm also here to tell you that not only are they the voice of the morning announcements, the word of the day, they are role models, they're leaders in this building, and they are doers. And I couldn't be prouder of all of them. And they each have unique characteristics that they bring to the table, wonderful senses of humor, they get it. And adults know what I mean by that. When, you know, when kids get it, these girls get it. And I truly am going to miss them, and they have very big shoes to follow or to fill. So, you know, the rising seniors, you set the bar very high for them, and your legacy will be left here forever. So my heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you for everything you've done. So on that note, I'm going to hand each of you a beautiful certificate. So when I call your name, maybe a little applause from the crowd, come on over, get your certificate. Juliana Gonzalez. Kristen Coffey. Jillian Dolch. Riley Flynn. Lourdes Nova, Idalis Remigio, Ava Salcedo, and Zoe Tavares. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you for everything you've done for Richfield Park Junior Senior High School. My appreciation.
Thank you, Ms. Cavens, and thank you again to all of our student reps. Student voice is so important to us, which is why we try to involve that voice in so many of our processes. And hearing you all come out, month by month to provide these highlights has been really great, so we appreciate that. I wanted to welcome Ms. Ramba, who is our coordinator of school and community programs, which is a stipend position as part of our RPEA collective bargaining agreement. And I know we have some representatives from the Shade Tree Commission. We had an art contest, and we have some students to recognize. So we appreciate your patience and also coming out tonight. I wanted to turn it over to Ms. Ramba. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Dr. V. Congratulations to you and to the board for your accomplishment this evening. I'm a pre-K 3 teacher over at Grant School, so we're just finishing up our first year of pre-K. It's been very entertaining and educating for us also, not just for the children, as we informed the parents today. I'd like to thank, before we start, the principals that helped me out with coordinating all these things, Ms. Cavins, Mrs. Hernandez, Mr. Cata, and Dr. Ferrara, because I'm always bothering them when I'm trying to reach out to the staff, so I thank him. This evening, we have winners from the Shade Tree Commission Art Contest. We have some members here tonight to recognize from the commission. Flo Muller is here, Marsha Rosen, Virginia Bizzuto, and I'm missing somebody, Alice Mills. So I think they're going to come up with me, but I'd also like to tell you that they were very generous enough to give 3 winners to each of our schools. So we have a first, second, and third winner from all of our grammar schools, and their artwork will be displayed at the library as soon as I collect it all from them. I don't have all of them yet. So let me see. Did somebody want to come up? Flo, somebody? Okay. Our first from Grant School, our first prize winner was Rie Mahara. Can you come on up, Rie? Okay, this is Rie.
Thank you,
Congratulations. Our second place winner was Alyssa Vera Reyes.
Congratulations, honey.
And our third prize winner at Grant School is Salome Libreos Campos. I think it's Ocampo. That's right. From Roosevelt, our first winner is Shadir Treadwell.
Very good.
Second place was Kaylee Valencia.
Maybe not
She's
here.
gonna go, they're here. I'm only missing one so far. And our third place was Amir Ahmed. He's gonna come up that way also. Lincoln School, first place was Camila Perez Feliz, I'm sorry. Oh, wait, I did the wrong envelope. First.
Thank you.
Second place, I'm not sure if Eliana Urena is here. I didn't check, she didn't check in with us yet. Oh, she is. She made it. And third place is Thiago Ardila. He's right in the middle there. There we go. Thank you so much. I don't know if maybe you want to pose with some of the principals, but I also had some other news to share. We had a winner from the Elks essay contest from Roosevelt School, Liliana Rodriguez. We didn't invite her this evening because she was busy. She was just recognized Saturday at the Elks meeting that they had for her. She came in third place for the lodge here for the contest. And from there, she went to the district level. And out of 6 lodges with the top 3, she came in third in the state. So they recognized her Saturday. So we just want to make sure that we said something today. I also want to thank the staff for helping us celebrate Richfield Park's Earth Day, which is in June, so it's a little hard to collect things from everybody. So each of the schools was represented at Saturday on a rainy day again for Earth Day. And we also have the 4th of July program. We have one of our winners from this evening is also one of the art winners. Rie, our first winner that we mentioned, is one of the cover winners for the 4th of July program also. So I want to thank you and all the members of the community that reach out to us to become part of the school and see what great things the children are doing. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ms. Ramba, for coordinating the event tonight. And thank you to our friends in the Shade Tree Commission. And again, congratulations to all of our students. We look forward to seeing your artwork hung, and congratulations to your families as well. So this concludes my superintendent's report. I wanted to thank everyone for another remarkable school year. It's clear that our district is on the right trajectory, and we remain very focused. We understand that there's still much work to be done in the upcoming school year, but I wanted to wish everyone a very happy, healthy, restful summer. And I wanted to just take a moment to excuse our student reps and families so that students can get home for proper sleep for the last day of school, as well as some of our administrators who have to lead the last day of school as well. So thank you for joining us today. I believe we may have a board comment before we break.
I would just ask I want to extend to all the student achievements tonight, but I wanted to offer an extra thank you from the board to our student government leaders. Oftentimes the work that we do here feels very disconnected from your experience as students. And every month you guys come and deliver us a report that makes our work seem more meaningful. So we thank you for giving up your time in addition to all the other responsibilities that you have. A specific thank you from this board for keeping us connected to what's really important.
I also want to echo that. Sentiment. Sorry, you guys can keep moving. This will be quick, but in true issue fashion, I would be remiss if I didn't thank both Matt Lee of School Boards, who's provided invaluable guidance to this board for many, many years, and of course our attorney David Disler and Kerry Wright. I can't believe I forgot to thank you guys. You guys have been invaluable, and the only time that your guidance has not served us is when we didn't listen. So thank you very much for all those years. We'll take a 1-minute pause. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. We are going to move on. Well, we skipped subcommittee reports. So we're going to start with Buildings and Grounds. Trustee Cooney, please.
Good evening, everyone. Buildings and Grounds Committee met on Monday, June 9th. Topics of discussion were the 7th and 8th grade building placement survey update, where Dr. Vespignani reviewed the initial information surrounding the 7th and 8th grade building placement. Was presented to the student body and parents. The survey closed on June 9th, and with an estimated approval rate of 84% in favor, potentially realign the district. There were 574 survey results, which was a great turnout. The CUSAC update, reviewed the internal CUSAC noted items within the findings under the areas of programs and curriculum. Junior senior high school air conditioning update. The ongoing issue with the new rooftop units on the high school academic wing has been resolved and the AC is working properly. ROD grant update. High school ROD is in track to begin once the staff and students are finished with the school year. The remaining ROD grants for Roosevelt and Grant School is estimated to go on bid the end of June, early July. And lastly, the junior senior high school academic roof replacement update. The bid for that was submitted earlier this week. The next meeting is tentatively scheduled for Wednesday, August 20th. That concludes the B&G committee meeting. Have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cooney. We had no policy meeting this month. Finance and Insurance, Trustee McNeil.
Thank you. The Finance Committee met on June 9th. Dr. V, Ms. Triglia, Mr. Bisig, Dr. Martinez, Trustee Velez, and myself were in attendance. We also reviewed the 7th and 8th grade survey and briefly spoke about next steps in reaction to that survey. The CUSAC update report is expected in October. We did talk at length on the financial analyst that is on tonight's agenda, and that person will be part of the Finance Committee meetings go forward to aid both the administration and the board to understand the program, the cost of programs that we run within the district. The end of year audit was not yet done. The allocation of the remainder of the funds is on today's agenda. And we discussed maintaining the reserves at cap, which is what we are going to be voting on tonight. We reviewed the federal collaborative monitoring. We have not yet received the findings from that. We do expect some findings, but nothing of a material nature. We have not received budget information from the federal government for the 2025-26 school year. However, this summer's programs are covered within the 24-25 grant allotment from the federal government. We discussed ROD grant and contracts, and our next meeting will be Wednesday, August 20th. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee McNeil. Faculty and Programs, Trustee Kraft.
Good evening. The Faculty and Programs Committee met on June 10th. Present were Dr. Vespignani, Ms. Triglia, myself, Dr. Martinez, Trustee Rodriguez, and Trustee Velez. We discussed many of the items on today's agenda, including the mission statement, which Dr. Vespignani spoke of in his superintendent's report. He spoke about all of the personnel recommendations, including the Human Resources Office Manager, the financial analyst positions. We discussed the remaining 25-26 vacancies in the district. We also discussed a collaboration with Montclair State University, the Educational Leadership Offsite Program that we're excited to have on today's agenda. We discussed pre-K and kindergarten placements and the letters going out to staff, to families. Our CUSAC update, I'm having trouble speaking today. Our CUSAC update, the county is very impressed with our growth and progress. We're very excited to hear that feedback from the county. We had a discussion about little scholars, their enrichment, and whether or not we were looking to bring them back for next year. We discussed Little Ferry, their re-registration process that they're undergoing in Little Ferry. And also we talked about the 7th and 8th grade building placement survey and potential next steps. Our next meeting is on Thursday, August 21st.
Thank you, Trustee Kraft. We'll now move into citizens' comments on agenda, and we'll ask you to keep to the very generous 5-minute limit.
Brian. Mine's off the agenda. I don't see it.
This is the agenda.
Oh.
So
Yeah, mine is off the check. Hi,
Mrs. Gottlieb.
okay, Leslie Gottlieb, 464A Liberty Street, Little Ferry. I came here tonight to congratulate the hard work of the Board of Ed here in removal of the state monitor and proving fiscal stability. It was very different from when I was a board member and a parent, 10 years ago. There was contentious meetings. I know there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. I come here tonight. It's very calm. It's peaceful. And there's a very definite, clear, and positive path forward. And I think Ridgefield Park will be looked at in a much different light from the students coming from Little Ferry than it did 10 years ago. And I also want to commend the district for continuing their early college program. I mean, it was wonderful for my son. He was the first cohort. And I just wanted to, again, congratulate everyone for their hard work and the wonderful accomplishment that they just did. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gottlieb. Mr. McNeil? Or Mayor McNeil?
Okay. It's been a long road. We've watched every meeting for the last 5 years. I want to thank each and every one of you. And I'd like to really thank your families for supporting you while you're here, because that's a huge undertaking. So on behalf of the Board of Commissioners, I want to say thank you. And it's a good day to be a Scarlet. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do we have anyone to elevate? Okay, we have no one to elevate. Before I close public comment, I'd like to thank you, Ms. Gottlieb, for your service in Little Ferry, but also to the many, many meetings that you made here, oftentimes being one of the only well-tempered and wise voices in the room when people were losing it here. You've always been stable and provided good feedback, and also pushed the board when you saw something you didn't like. So thank you for your service. And with that, I will close public session and close comments, not public session, sorry. And we'll start moving our agenda. Trustee Kraft, please move faculty and programs, 1001 to 1010.
And make a resolution to move FP 1001 to FP 1010.
Second.
Okay. You go into,
Yes, within faculty programs 10-10 Educational Leadership Agreement, there is a slight revision. Resolve, the Ridgefield Park Board of Education, upon the recommendation of the business administrator, approves the attached educational agreement with Montclair State University.
thank you. Can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Cooney,
Yes.
Ms. Kraft,
Yes.
Mr. Phytros,
Yes.
Ms. McNeil,
Yes.
Mr. Malou,
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt,
Yes.
Ms. Velez,
Yes.
Ms. Orth,
Yes.
President Martinez.
Yes, and the resolutions pass. Trustee Cooney, can you please move buildings and grounds?
Yes, resolutions 11.01 through 11.03. I so move.
Second.
Any questions or comments on buildings and grounds? Seeing none, can I please have a roll call?
Mr. Cooney,
Yes.
Ms. Kraft,
Yes.
Mr. Phytros,
Yes.
Ms. McNeil,
Yes.
Mr. Malou,
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez, Ms. Schmidt,
Yes.
Ms. Velez,
Yes.
Ms. Orth,
Yes.
President Martinez.
Yes, and the resolutions pass. Trustee McNeil, can you please move Finance and Insurance 1201 to 1243?
I move 1201 to 1243.
Second.
Any questions or comments on Finance and Insurance? Seeing none from the board, may I please have a roll call?
Mr. Cooney,
Yes.
Ms. Kraft,
Yes.
Mr. Phytros,
Yes.
Ms. McNeil,
Yes.
Mr. Malou,
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt,
Yes.
Ms. Velez,
Yes.
Ms. Orth,
Yes.
President Martinez.
Yes, and the resolutions pass. Trustee Malou, can I put you on the spot and have you move consent agenda 1301 and 1302?
Yes, Mr. President, I move resolutions 13.01 and 13.02 of the consent agenda.
Second.
Any questions or comments on consent agenda? Seeing none, can I have a roll call?
Mr. Cooney,
Yes.
Ms. Kraft,
Yes.
Mr. Phytros,
Yes.
Ms. McNeil,
Yes.
Mr. Malou,
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt,
Yes.
Ms. Velez,
Yes.
Ms. Orth,
Yes.
President Martinez.
Yes, and the resolutions pass. Trustee Rodriguez, I'm going to put you on the spot. Would you please move personnel 1401 to 1438?
I so move resolution personnel items 1401 through 1428. No, excuse me, sorry, 1438.
38.
1401 to 1438.
Second.
We have a revision to read in.
We have three revisions under personnel. 14.06 vacation day carryover. It's being changed from 12 days to 8 days for the business administrator. 14-31 extra compensation, Title I summer program nurse. Resolved that the Ridgefield Park Board of Education, upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, approves Miss Jacqueline Rosello and Miss Erin Aguilar to serve as the school nurses for 25-26 Title I summer program. The program will run for 17 days, Monday through Thursday, beginning on Monday, June 23rd through July 17th. Ms. Rosello and Ms. Aguilar will work from 8:30 to 12:30 and will be paid a rate of $50 per hour, funded through account number 20-231-100-101 GSTS 060. That's Fund 20. The last revision is 14.34 extra compensation, extended school year, summer program nurse. Resolved, the Ridgefield Park Board of Education, upon the recommendation of the superintendent, approves Mr. Keisha Ray to serve as school nurse for 25-26 extended school year, summer program. The program will run for 30 days, Monday through Friday, beginning June 23rd through August 4th. They will be closed on July 4th. The elementary program will run from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Miss Ray will be at Lincoln School and will work 4 hours a day and be paid the hourly rate of $50, funded through account number 11-000-219-104 SSSW 098. That's the general fund.
Thank you, Mr. Bison. Can I please have a roll call?
Mr. Cooney, Ms. Kraft,
Yes.
Mr. Phytros,
Yes.
Ms. McNeil,
Yes.
Mr. Malou,
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt,
Yes.
Ms. Velez,
Yes, and I would also like to congratulate Ms. Catherine Jacob on her retirement as a teacher assistant.
Ms. Orth,
Yes.
President Martinez.
Yes, and the resolutions pass. We will now listen to citizens' comments off agenda. And again, I would ask you to keep to the generous 5-minute. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. We have a new business item. Sorry about that.
On the new business, it'll be 1501. Resolved, the Ridgefield Park Board of Education has determined that student ID 29001292 shall be removed from the Ridgefield Park School District 21 days following the date of the notice of final ineligibility. unless a timely appeal is filed with the Commission on Education due to insufficient evidence to establish that the student presently is domiciled in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. Be it further resolved that the Board of Education is authorized to prepare, with the assistance of the board attorneys, the necessary note of final eligibility for the inform the parent guardian of student 29001292 of the board's decision. It's 1501.
Trustee Orth, can you please move new business 1501?
I so move new business 1501.
Second.
Any questions or comments on 1501? Seeing none, I'll ask for the roll call.
Mr. Cooney,
Yes.
Ms. Kraft,
Yes.
Mr. Phytros,
Yes.
Ms. McNeil,
Yes.
Mr. Malou,
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt,
Yes.
Ms. Velez,
Yes.
Ms. Orth,
Yes.
President Martinez.
Yes, and the resolution passes. We will now listen to citizens' comments off agenda. Barring any objections. Dr. Haynes?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Mercedes Haynes, 206 Christie Street. I don't think I told you last time my address, so 206 Christie Street. Thank you. Just 3 quick bullet points. I'm a little disappointed that I did not get the survey. Don't know why. The buses, we did discuss it at the last meeting as we were exiting. There's also a bus down there from Leonia. So I'm not sure what that's about. I thought it was just Ridgefield Park. There was a Leonia bus parked down there. And the other one, did our district experience chronic absenteeism? I did work with a lot of superintendents this year, and that was one of their main concern and something they wanted to address. That's it.
Thank you for those questions. I'll ask Dr. Espinosa to respond to them.
Yes, thank you, President Martinez, and thank you, Dr. Haynes, for your questions. I'm sorry to hear that the survey was.
Sorry about that.
Regarding the survey, I'm sorry to hear that you were unable to receive it. We did have our social media manager posted on our social media, so I would encourage all community members to follow us for timely information on social media. It was also disseminated on the, I believe, the town's website, so that residents could participate in the survey as well. I did ask our social media manager to do that. But nonetheless, we would appreciate any feedback outside of the survey as well. So if you'd like to send me an email regarding your feedback, we would welcome that. In terms of the buses, yes, we did need to utilize the Leonia bus as a result of one of our buses being down, as Mr. Basic has informed. And lastly, regarding chronic absenteeism, yes, as noted previously on an agenda, we did have 2 schools who required a chronic absenteeism cap for the state. So we're finalizing this school year. We're hopeful to make some gains in terms of those 2 schools and also maintain great attendance. We've put a lot of effort into proactive programs to encourage students to attend on a daily basis. As we know, and I've said before, you have to be here in order to succeed. But understanding, some families may need some additional support. So we do utilize Mr. Baez, who is our truancy officer, to appropriately network with families who may be in need and to engage them in services. But the short answer is yes, we did have 2 schools who required a chronic absenteeism cap because they were over the 10% threshold noted from the state.
Thank you, Dr. Vespignani. I will now close public comments off agenda. May I please have a motion to close this meeting and to open the next chapter in Ridgefield Park history?
So moved.
Second.
Second.